Hello and welcome to the part 1 of basic MBA interview questions and how to answer them. So the first question that is most important in an MBA interview is tell me something about yourself. Now the main thing to keep in mind is that the interviewer is not asking you to tell everything about yourself. He is not saying that you tell about your family background, about your college education, about the places you have visited, about this, about that. No way, this is not what he is asking you. Just tell why you are the best candidate, why you are suited, and what is the best thing about you, and that should be highlighted in your about yourself aspect. Maybe you can take some examples of professional strengths and like personal strengths. So the idea is that the interviewer wants to know a little more about you. Don't tell those things which are already mentioned in your resume. Okay, next thing is the interviewer would ask you about your work experience. So this is not the time that you start telling about all the whatever you have learned in the project. It is not being asked what you have learned. What the interviewer wants to know is that which all projects you have worked in, what kind of role you were involved in, and what were your responsibilities. So just keep these three things in mind. For each project, tell what was the project, what was your role, and what was your responsibility. Try to keep this brief, and this will really work. Okay, the next one of the most important questions in an MBA interview is why do you want to go for an MBA? Interviewers generally ask this question to know if the candidate has seriously given a thought about why he is pursuing an MBA. So the tips to answer this question is like you should give an idea of how far you have progressed in your career and what kind of roles and responsibilities you will be facing in future. So you can frame an answer in such a way that you would be getting a senior manager position in some time, or you are being expected for a leadership role in your organization in next 2 to 3 years, as you have already have 2 to 3 years of experience, or maybe you have already 6 years of experience, and now you are getting a senior management role. So you want to kind of build a bridge between these two different roles, and that's why you would need an MBA. Or maybe you are trying to get a role in a different industry, you want to change industry, maybe that's why you are going for an MBA. So these are the things you should highlight in such kind of questions. Next important question is what are your strengths? So just one important tip I would like to give you is that don't just keep talking about your strengths, like you are innovative, you are creative, you are analytical, you are a team person. So these things will not help. You have to support it by specific examples. For example, if you are saying that you are a team dynamic person, you coordinate very well in a team, so you can give some example like you arranged an outing, or you arranged a picnic for your team members, and during the picnic you arrange some team building exercises. So these are the things that will really make that you are a reliable person, and whatever you are saying you have experience in that. So apart from that, try to reflect on your personal strengths, because an interview is mostly a behavioral aspect. The interviewer is trying to judge you more as a person than as a professional. So keep this thing in mind throughout your interview, and try to give whatever you say, you should have a basis for that. You should support it by examples. Next important question is what are your weaknesses? Most of the students, most of the candidates do this mistake that they try to give strength as a weakness. They try to say that I am a workaholic or I am a perfectionist. These used to be traditional answers, and these are no longer good answers. I mean, it really reflects bad if you are giving such a example, or because this shows the interviewer that you are not prepared for such a question, and you are trying to hide your weakness. So my suggestion is, tell them some genuine weakness and what you are trying to do about it. Tell them what you are trying to improve on, what kind of methodology you are following to improve your weakness. So that will really help you as well as the interviewer to know more about you. But at the same time, don't tell such a weakness which will hamper your chances to get into the MBA program. So if you are telling a weakness as I'm not a team person and I can't afford to work with teams, I don't enjoy working with teams. If that is your weakness, just don't say this weakness in an interview. That will really harm you. So try to find some weakness of yours which will uh, not really hamper your chances, but at the same time it will give the interviewer an impression that you have really thought about your weaknesses. For example, you could have said that I am not very organized person, and many a times I miss on some issues. So what I am trying to do is that I keep a diary with me and I keep noticing the points that I have to do on one particular day. All those tasks I keep noting them and I keep prioritizing them. So these are the kinds of weaknesses which will really give an insight in your personality and how you are overcoming it. Now, during the end of an interview, sometimes, most of the times, the interviewer will ask you if you have any questions for them to ask. So, my suggestion is that don't ask such a question for which you can find the answer on their website. Don't ask that. Okay, can you tell me if you have any scholarship program? Definitely, such kind of answer you will find it on their website. So ask questions that you are not able to find there on their website or through some other channels. For example, they may have information about the course structure, about the visiting faculties, about the fees. These things are common and you can find it on the website. But at the same time, you may not find information about the networking events, or what kind of social clubs the students get involved into, and you may like to have more information about the international exchange programs. So these are the areas where you can focus, or maybe you don't know how students take out time apart from their course curriculum. Maybe they are going for outings. So what kind of outings they are going for? Such kind of questions you can ask. Apart from that, your questions should also reflect your passion that you want to join their program, and you do have a lot of learning ability, and these are the things that you should highlight. I hope you enjoyed with me, and this was part one of my effort to help you prepare better for your MBA interview examination. For the next part, keep watching me, and I will soon come up with part 2 of the program. Thank you and goodbye.